looking into solutions to tackle the city's speeding problem.
A newlywed couple in La Mesa is warning people about a wedding photography company that never sent them all their photos. And even worse, they're not the only ones.
Debate over power and accountability and term limits as county leaders vote on sweeping charter reforms.
And the cutting edge of cancer research happening right here. I'll take you back to the convention that is no doubt saving lives. Hundreds of students flying drones for a premier competition. It's underway right now in Balboa Park. I'll take you inside.
City leaders in El Cajon are looking to crack down on speeding, and in just a few minutes, residents there will be weighing in. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The city is considering a one-year pilot program using automated warning systems to slow down dangerous drivers. News 8's Steffi Roche joins us live in El Cajon, where a community meeting is about to get started. Steffi?
That's right. A town hall meeting is going to start soon at 6:30. But right now we're here in the area of Hamishaw and Gustavo. This is an area where residents tell us that speeding is a big problem. And just in the last month, a crash in the area left one car split in half, sending 3 people to the hospital. And under this proposal, the pilot program would install 4 automated warning systems, one in each council district, using cameras or sensors to send written warnings to drivers exceeding the speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour. Now, California law prohibits automated systems from issuing fines, so the program would focus on warnings designed to encourage safe behavior while collecting data on speeding patterns throughout the city. We caught up with one resident who says she frequently sees speeders in this area at Hamishaw and Gustavo, and she thinks there needs to be consequences.
I don't think a warning is going to be good enough. I think something needs to be done. Catch these speeders, give them citation, and consequences. It's gotten really bad in the 14 years that I lived here.
El Cajon Mayor Bill Wells also emphasized with us that the unprecedented level of public concern about speeding conditions during his time in city government. Meanwhile, we're going to head over to the Ronald Reagan Community Center in El Cajon. That's where the town hall meeting will be held at 6:30. But we're going to have more on this tonight on CBS 8 at 11. But for now, reporting live from El Cajon, I'm Steffi Roche, News 8.
Thanks, Steffi. We'll hear more from you a little later on tonight. A new independent report is raising serious alarms about deaths inside San Diego County jails. Researchers found nearly 200 people died over a 12-year period. More than half of those deaths were not from natural causes, and most deaths happened at the San Diego Central Jail and the Vista Detention Facility. The report, ordered by the Citizens Law Enforcement Review Board, or CLRB, also found overdose deaths are climbing, with most deaths happening within days of arrival. Investigators say the sheriff's office repeatedly blocked access to key data, making it even harder to find answers. More findings will be shared at CLRB's meeting next month.
A newlywed couple in La Mesa is warning the community about a wedding photography company they say never gave them their photos after their big day, and they are not the only ones.
Tonight, News 8's Alex Cheney is working for you to get answers. He joins us now with more on that couple's story. That would be so maddening, Alex.
So frustrating, absolutely. It's hard not to just feel for John and Carol. I met them earlier today. Couldn't have been a nicer couple. They had their wedding this last December, but have still yet to receive all of their wedding photos and videos. And they were shocked to find out they weren't the only ones.
My heart drops to the bottom of my feet,
John and Carol have been together since 2022 and got married on December 11th.
That day was so special to me. It was the best day of my life.
For their engagement photos last January, they hired Ernie and Fiona Everyday Forever Wedding Photography, a company that was a recommended vendor from Trademark Venues, who was going to host the wedding, and everything went smoothly.
Within a week, it was like a week turnaround. We had edited photos and the raw photos. We could pick and choose.
Then for their wedding, they rehired Ernie and Fiona and paid $5,000 up front for 10 hours of work and 2 photographers. Ernie took the wedding photos and has since never sent them all the pictures and videos. Since December, I'm told he has only sent a few raw, unedited photos.
And just no response. That included emails, calls, text messages,
voice messages.
They found a Facebook group of 90 members who also hired Ernie and Fiona and never received their wedding photos and video.
Discovering the Facebook group, at first the reviews really tripped us out. Like I couldn't believe we didn't see this before.
So working for you today, I contacted Trademark Venues and was told the business no longer refers Ernie and Fiona photography. They called it tragic what's happened to these couples and offered another one of their venues to retake the photos.
Sorry, mailbox is full.
I called the phone number on Ernie and Fiona's Yelp page, and the recorded message said the mailbox is full. On their Yelp page, you can find several one-star reviews and warnings from other clients to not use their service. The business is listed as permanently closed, and their website says domain not claimed.
incommunicative.
John and Carol are considering taking Ernie to small claims court. They say other couples have done that and won the case and have still never received their money back or all of their wedding photos.
Why would somebody show up on the day, take your photos and videos just to not provide them to you? It doesn't align or make sense in my mind. Like, why would anybody do that?
Yeah, John and Carol went on to say today that it's no longer about the money. They just want their precious memories of their wedding day to be protected, and they want no one else to fall victim to this scam. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney, working for you.
Thank you, Alex. And remember, if there's something you would like us to look into, something like this, you can email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
Attendance at Balboa Park museums is dropping, and new data points to that paid parking as a major factor. The Balboa Park Cultural Partnership says visitation is down an average of 34% since fees went into effect in January. Some museums are reporting drops as high as 60%. Leaders warn the decline could lead to lost revenue, job cuts, and reduced programming if it continues. The city has already made some adjustments, including free parking in select lots for residents, but you do have to register first for that benefit. Balboa Park officials say more changes are needed. San Diego County supervisors are taking major steps in changing how the county is governed.
The Board of Supervisors voted to advance sweeping charter reforms, including a proposal to extend term limits for supervisors from a total of 8 years in office to 12, while adding limits for other elected leaders. News 8's Brian White joins us live with what this vote means. Brian.
Yeah, the meeting went for several hours with lots of public comment. Supporters say these changes will boost transparency and accountability, while critics are raising questions about term limits.
Our supervisors cannot get the job done.
After hours of debate, supervisors voted to move forward with a sweeping package of charter reforms, now setting up a second vote next month. The plan would expand term limits for supervisors from 2 to 3 terms, while also paving the way to add limits for other county elected leaders who currently have none.
At the end of the day, this is really going to be up to voters, and voters are going to have to make a decision.
Board Chair Tara Lawson-Remer, who introduced the reforms, says the goal is consistency, pointing out positions like sheriff and district attorney can be held for decades, but critics argue extending supervisor term limits sends the wrong message.
We have 2 terms for a reason, and if they're wanting to be career politicians, then advance move up to the next level to advance their career in politics and continue their good works.
Others who spoke during public comment echoed concerns about accountability if elected leaders stay in power longer. Still, supporters say the reforms go beyond term limits, aiming to increase transparency into how taxpayer dollars are spent.
Having some visibility into how how our government works is important. People should know where their money goes and how things are being structured.
The proposal would also create an independent ethics commission, a budget analyst, and a program auditor, all designed to provide more oversight of county operations.
For a lot of reasons, people are asking questions about where their tax dollars are going. And are they being used as effectively as they could be? And so the program analyst is a person who's there to look at, here's money that we've put into programs, are they working the way that they should?
This will come back to the Board of Supervisors for a second vote next month on May 19th. And if it passes again, it'll go to the November ballot for voters to decide. Marcella, Carlo.
Thanks, Brian. California's Attorney General and a local tribe are suing the city of Poway and developer Shea Homes.
It comes after the San Pasqual Mission Band of Indians says human remains and artifacts were found at a construction site off Old Coach Road. This site had been approved to be turned into 40 luxury homes, but the lawsuit says ancestral remains were found at the site back in October and as recently as last month. The discoveries were found in different parts of the project site, each several hundred feet apart. The San Pasqual tribe tells us by law, the city was supposed to consult with them even before approving the project more than 2 decades ago.
But you have these federal and state laws that say you will consult, you will go through this process prior, but people have circumvented this process.
The city of Poway says it was blindsided by the lawsuit, but is cooperating and believes it followed all applicable laws.
Artificial intelligence is helping play a role in finding cures for cancer.
Still ahead, we're taking you to the conference happening here in San Diego for a closer look.
And sometimes doing the right thing is easier said than done. We're working for you, sharing tips to keep in mind when sorting trash and recyclables. That's after this.